Ready, set, action. Action.
Action. It's going? Okay.
Action.
So, my name is Akira, and this is my social studies project. We'll be answering 5 questions based on nationalism in Canada. The first question is, has the federal government of Canada done a sufficient job in promoting national identity? And for that, I would say that it has, because I don't think that it's the government's responsibility to provide for a nationalist identity, and I think it's the people's kind of responsibility, not even responsibility, but an identity will come to the people as long as our country is united and there's no conflicts within it. And the second question is, what lessons has history taught us about the nature of nationalism? And history has shown us that too much nationalism can be a huge threat to stability, as in Germany in the 1920s. It was a very poor country, and inflation was really high, and because of that, there was an emerging nationalist identity that allowed for Hitler to rise to power, and that eventually led to World War II and the genocide of many different ethnic groups that were not Germans. And the third question is, to what extent should nationalism be sacrificed for the interests of internationalism? And in order to create the best peace and stability of a nation, then, I mean, it's okay to have nationalism a bit. It's good to have a national identity and something to be proud of. But at the same time, I think that internationalism is a good concept, and I think that international organizations such as the EU help to provide strength for all the countries and stability, as well as generally raise the standard of living. And question 4, sorry. How are contending nationalist and non-nationalist loyalties a challenge to the nation of Canada moving into the future? And there are many different opinions about nationalism and national identity. Some people say that we should open up more to the United States or the European Union, while other people think that we should remain kind of to ourselves and provide for ourselves. And perhaps the best system would be one that's sort of in the middle, where we don't sacrifice too much and become a puppet to another countries, such as the US, but at the same time, it's good to get the benefits of working together with other countries that are a lot stronger than us. And finally, for question 5, based on Canada's interactions with other nations, how would you expect to be treated if you traveled to other regions around the world? And as a Canadian, we have a pretty good reputation in most countries. So in fact, even Americans will put a Canadian flag on their backpacks or on their jackets, so that when they travel overseas, then they will be treated much nicer, because Canadians just have a good reputation because of our actions and just not screwing around with other people. And this is my project.
Cut.